Hi everyone, I'm Alanah and I'm a sixth form student from the UK who loves to travel and go to Florida. Today I'm going to be doing a planning vlog for anyone who's interested in visiting Orlando, all about when the best time to go is. I have visited 8 out of the 12 total months, and I hope my personal preferences as well as research helps you choose when the best month is to go. So let's start. First off is January. January is Florida's winter month, however it's also the quietest month. Visiting in January typically sees temperatures of 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, which is actually really nice theme park weather. Obviously, flights, hotels and sometimes even park tickets will be the cheapest possible. However, there are a few aspects you have to look out for. Number 1. Disney, Aquatica, Discovery Cove and Volcano Bay may shut their water parks due to cold weather. This usually lasts a day or two, but be aware. Number 2. Most parks tend to do construction or repaints in quieter months, such as right now SeaWorld's repainting their roller coasters. This may mean you can't get everything done. And number 3. Disney shut one of their water parks from November to March. These take it in turns. But of course there are plenty of positives, such as Orlando theme parks go crazy for New Year celebrations, and visiting at the start of January may allow you to see the end of Christmas. And number 2, most sites and parks will do sales for January tickets, such as right now SeaWorld have 40% off their tickets, which is crazy. Next is February. I visited in February 2020 for a week, and fingers crossed I'm visiting next month too. Most of February is super quiet apart from the middle when it's President's Week. When I visited in February, the nights were pretty chilly, but the day you could have temperatures of up to 30 degrees Celsius. Just like January, the same negatives apply. However, February also sees the start of seasonal events, including Mardi Gras at Universal Studios, which is absolutely amazing. Also, for all the UK viewers, Florida has a huge reputation for being mega pricey. However, keep an eye on low season months. In 2020, we travelled as a family of 4 to Florida for a week for only £1,500. This was entirely booked direct with Virgin, and it was one of the best weeks ever. The third month is March. March is that kind of awkward month when the high season begins. Some days may be ultra busy, but some aren't at all. March has a perfect theme park weather, especially with the reopening of water parks. The average temperature tends to lie about 30 degrees, and it isn't hurricane season, so there's less humidity. The end of March tends to be more pricey depending on when Easter falls, but if you're visiting during the spring break, it will be heathen. Which brings me to April. April is the underrated busiest month to visit Florida due to spring break. Expect higher prices, longer queue times and higher populated parks. The weather in April is about 30 degrees again, and there are many events that take place in April, including Disney's Flower and Garden Festival and Easter festivities. May was one of my favourite months to go, and we went in 2014 for my birthday. The start of May isn't usually heathen, as it is still school for USA and most countries. However, by the end of May it will get busy. Memorial Day is the last Monday of May, which is a huge bank holiday in the US, and some states begin to break up for summer by late May. Despite this, compared to April, May was a lot quieter. In late May, SeaWorld also begins a summer electric ocean event, which is so much fun. Most years this includes fun concerts, fireworks and animal night shows. May is also usually the start of later night openings throughout the whole month, meaning you can make the most of your visit. When we visited in 2014, half our trip was also in June, and strangely enough, the weather completely changed. By June, the so-called hurricane season begins, which typically means daily afternoons of rainfall. The climate in June, July and August is humid and warm, yet heavy precipitation lasts about an hour. If you're from the UK and you want to beat the crowds, June isn't the ideal time to go, as most US states are on break by the start of June. July is pretty similar to June and one of Florida's busiest months. Temperatures can reach up to 38 degrees, which is super hot to be in Florida's theme parks, and the humidity of the weather isn't much better. The daily rainfalls still occur, however, as long as you plan around these, you'll still have lots of fun. From the 1st to the 6th of July, parks will be packed due to the 4th of July weekend, which usually contains fireworks and more celebrations. One of the best celebrations at Disney is the Food and Wine Festival, which begins in July and ends in October. One negative about the hurricane season is thunderstorms may cause pools, water parks and some high rides to close for safety. This is usually only for an hour or two though, but please ensure that you plan around this. First half of August is pretty similar to July. Heavy crowds and hot weather. However, crowd levels tend to decrease by mid-August as most schools in the States go back. In 2019, I went for the last week of August, which was so much fun. However, we did get stuck in a hurricane. Hurricane season is between June and October, and thanks to Orlando's central location, most hurricanes don't hit that bad. But here's a few tips if you're worried about booking for the summer season. Number 1, hurricanes only last 1 to 2 days in certain locations, especially inland. This may mean that theme parks shut for a few days. However, even during a Category 3 hurricane, Universal only shut for 1.5 days. Number 2, UK airlines are great. We flew with Virgin and booked directly through Virgin Holidays, and they were amazing. If you're worried about getting stuck in Florida, book hotel plus flight via your airline and they will look after you. Virgin gave us food vouchers, same price return and flights, and free extra nights at Cabana Bay. If you need to get home on time, they also offer transport to different airports such as Atlanta, so you can get home as soon as possible. Number 3, resort hotels are amazing. We stayed at Cabana Bay, and despite the pools being shut, the cast members set up plenty of things to do, including character greetings and free arcade tokens. And number 4, water parks may be shut for a longer proximity, so go as soon as possible if you're worried about hurricane weather. September is yet again hurricane season. However, it is still a great time to visit because it's cheaper yet full of seasonal events. Disney begins their Mickey's Not So Scary on September the 1st, and I 100% doing this if you're not doing Disney. Universal's Halloween Horror Nights also begins in early September. However, this is not a child's event. SeaWorld also start their Halloween events, including the all-new Halloween Scream and the children-friendly Halloween Spectacular. September is definitely one of the best times to visit after Labor Day, and it's pretty quiet. October is one of my favourite times to go and visit Florida, and this is mostly because Florida goes absolutely crazy for Halloween. My favourite Halloween event is SeaWorld's Halloween Spectacular, which is 100% worth doing even if you're not planning on visiting. This is why. It is included in admission. Yes, unlimited free candy on their trick-or-treats, and it is perfect for children aged 2 to 10. There is so much interactive play and games, including bubbles, Halloween dancing, shows, and dressed up characters who are so friendly and so lovely. If you're visiting Florida with children, this would be the month to go. Great temperatures, great events, and low crowds. It's awesome. November also sounds amazing, and I'm really hoping to visit at some point. Disney, SeaWorld and Universal begin their Christmas events early in November, making it the perfect opportunity to get into the Christmas spirit. Universal celebrate Thanksgiving with their replica of the Macy's parade, and it is so magical. Disney also starts their extra Christmas celebration, and SeaWorld begins their Christmas celebrations with breathtaking shows, ice skating, nativities and animal shows. And finally, December. December is actually relatively quiet until the 17th-ish, where prices hugely increase and schools break up. If you're visiting for Christmas Day and you want the quietest but still great option, then go to SeaWorld. We visited SeaWorld twice for Christmas and it was so magical. No stress, just pure magic. Visiting Florida isn't the typical white Christmas, but wow, they go absolutely crazy for Christmas decorations. If you want to see Christmas decorations, I recommend visiting the Give the Kids a Wild Village, which is hopefully staying open for 2022. The Give the Kids a Wild Village provides millions of lights, which are actually provided by theme park, as well as this 100% of their admission fees goes towards their amazing charity, so I definitely recommend going. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope this persuades you to visit whenever. If you do, have the best time. It is awesome. Please comment below when your favourite time was to visit, and like and subscribe.